Okay, super, super basic intro to meditation. One is there's a bunch of different kinds of meditation, and they actually don't all lead to the same place. Meaning that you can meditate in like a mindfulness practice way, and that means you're always responding kind of in the present moment to what's happening. So stimulus comes and you respond, but it doesn't build with tension over time. So like the idea of a day that is a stressful day, like everything happens over and over again, and you get like, by the end of the day, you're like, that's like not meditating. And then like a mindfulness practice would have you be, every time a new stimulus comes, you'd be like, oh, okay, this is a thing, I'm engaged, I'm having a response. Transcendental meditation is like, even when a stimulus comes, you're like, I am beyond stimulus. I am transcending this experience. I can see and connect way, way beyond. So, and that's just two really kind of basic ways of meditating. And there's all these like different ways to do it. So, but they do have a lot of threads in common. And I'm going to share, I practice from a kind of a combination of mindfulness with like prayerful practice is what usually kind of my contemplative practices come from. So I'm going to give super basic like starting point today places that you can start. The first is how much time. A bunch of mindfulness studies have said that just with 12 minutes a day, you can completely change your stress levels and stress response. And the coolest thing about it is that you don't even have to do the 12 minutes consecutively. You can break it up. So what I would recommend doing for you if you're starting is to sit like twice or 3 times for either, 4 minutes 3 times a day or 6 minutes twice a day. Or if it's easier to just sit down and set a timer for 12 minutes, do 12 minutes once a day. You can even do 1 minute every hour. But for practice, I would recommend maybe just starting with 6 minutes twice a day. So you set a timer and you get comfortable. Thich Nhat Hanh, a really beautiful teacher, says don't worry about having perfect posture and like doing it in a certain way, because you'll be uncomfortable enough just sitting with yourself. So you don't need to make sure you're sitting in the right way. Again, depending on what kind of practice you start going down, there's lots of different trains of thought on this. I come from the practice of relax your body, make space, and you will naturally orient towards balancing. So you don't need to, have perfect posture, but I do recommend getting as comfortable as possible in some sort of upright way. And then soften and kind of drop and invite yourself to relax. So there's that. Sometimes it can help to lift the hips up. So like put like a cushion or sit on the edge of a chair rather than back. So you're not tilting back, but you're actually leaning your hips forward and then kind of lean back. Sometimes you can sit against the wall on the floor or in a chair, or even just like in your car. You can just stop, set a timer, and just do it. Your hands, again, there's so many options out there. How you move them, how you place them, it's also not that serious. You can just let them drop on your knees or place them on your heart or your belly, or let them sit face up. You can just to begin with, just arrive, okay? The other thing is, many people think that meditation is about making your mind this like empty slate and you like don't think a thought. And so when you sit down to meditate and then you have all these thoughts going, you think you're doing something wrong. So the first thing is to recognize that your mind, that we usually talk about, our mind, our thinking mind, has these thoughts and it thinks and it runs these pathways neurologically. It's like beep, 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 beep. It's like a Star Wars episode like happening in there. So meditation is actually about building a greater mind, a mindfulness or an awareness that's beyond our thinking mind. So instead of meditating to quiet your thoughts, think of meditating as growing the space around your thoughts. So you're meditating not to actually stop or slow or interact with your thoughts. The focus isn't your thoughts. The focus is the space around it, which at first is really hard and can basically, it's often said, as many times as you get distracted, this as many times as you bring yourself back. And like that's the process of meditating, is you're breathing. And one of the simplest and oldest and most effective ways is to bring your focus to your breath. So you literally just watch and feel your breath coming in, feel your breath coming out. Feel the space in between the inhale and the exhale, the space in between the exhale and the inhale, those turning points. So those, just allow yourself to be with the breath. You'll get distracted, you'll forget about the breath. Then once you notice you've gotten distracted, notice your breath again. And you can do this. You may just get distracted from your breath 200 times in 6 minutes. You're doing great. You're like totally meditating right. It doesn't mean you're meditating wrong when you get distracted. Everybody gets distracted. All the master teachers will tell you the practice is to get distracted and bring yourself back. For whatever reasons, it's very helpful in stabilizing and de-stressing the body and the system. So comfortable, don't worry about your thoughts. You don't have to make them be anything. You don't have to change them. You don't have to stop them. You don't have to slow them. You just let them be and let your focus be on the space. So sometimes the thought of the stillness inside everything that's moving, or the silence underneath all of the sound. So that's what you're going towards. And it's really important. I feel like it's really important to say that when you're just beginning, because it's really easy to beat yourself up for like thinking too much or not being still or fidgeting. So it's like if you're fidgeting a lot, take a breath, see if you can bring your body to stillness, you know? And that's it. As many times as you fidget and bring yourself to stillness, that literally is the practice. And when you do that every day, over and over and over again, the body begins to settle. The body begins to relax on a more grander scale, think clearer. You get all those meditation benefits, okay? So you can start doing that right away today. And like I said, you can like join my email list, and if you have any specific questions, like email me and I'd be happy to like get more specific for whatever's happening with you. I do a lot of guided meditations that can help work through the causes of our distress, and just a stillness practice of breathing in and being bigger than your thoughts, like connecting to this part that is beyond the thoughts, and just kind of having that be a space that you go to can be really, really, really helpful. So, okay, lots of love, many blessings, and good luck. Be in touch.